Welcome back to episode 3 of Pia and Kim Talk Voice. Today's episode is about laryngeal massage and relaxation, stretching. A lot of our patients come in and the voice box or the throat is very, very, very tight. It's important to remember that the neck muscles, the shoulder muscles, they all support the throat or the voice box. So we really, before we can start any kind of voice program or any voice exercises, we want to make sure that this whole area is relaxed. So I like to do it with stretching. Okay, so I'll demonstrate a little bit of it for you. You're going to turn your head all the way left, and when you turn your head left, you just want to make sure that you're not holding your breath, right? Because if I'm holding my breath, I'm defeating the purpose because I'm very, very, very tight. So you're going to turn your head all the way left, and you can just breathe out, easy breathe out. You're going to come back to the right side, and you're going to turn your head all the way right. And again, you're just going to make sure you're not holding your breath. After like 2 or 3 times of doing this, I suggest doing it 5 times on the right, 5 times on the left. To your second or third time, you can just use your hand to just increase your range of motion and increase that stretch. I'm just going to reiterate, no holding your breath. The further we stretch, the more tendency we have to hold our breath. And so you just don't want to hold your breath. The idea is to stretch and relax this area. I'm going to come midline. I turn my head all the way left. And I slowly roll my chin down, and I'm just gonna notice if there's some place that's tight, I'm gonna pause and I'm gonna hang there and just let it relax a little. Sometimes you'll notice after a day of work that you're tighter than others. Sometimes in the morning you're tighter, sometimes in the night. Sometimes you might not be tight at all, and you can think to yourself, well, what did I do that was great that day? You're gonna roll from right to left and left to right, slow and controlled, pausing where you're tight. Finally, I'm going to come forward and I'm going to roll the shoulders forward. Slow and controlled, full range of motion. You can do this 5 times, 10 times. And then I'm going to roll my shoulders back. And at that point, you should really feel loosened up. I know I definitely feel loosened up. Some other suggestions are holding your hands behind your back. That's a great stretch. Another one I love to do is I lay on my stomach and I turn my head all the way to the left, or I turn my head all the way to the right. Anything that's going to loosen up the muscles that support that throat.
Great. I feel very loose and relaxed already. Now, if you do need to take it a step further, I'm going to show some really basic laryngeal massage, and I'm going to do it on you if that's okay.
Sure.
That you can do at home. Now, if you were to come in and see us, we would do some more intricate massage techniques, but I'm going to show you some really basic stuff that you can do at home that's very safe and effective. So if you feel your neck is physically still really tight after all of those stretches, I'm sorry, my hands are cold, Pia. What I'm going to do is I'm going to find what we call the strap muscles, and let's have you turn your head. We can kind of see it right here and on this side right here. So let's go back to center. So this is a long, really long ropey kind of muscle that goes from the top of the clavicle all the way back up here. And it does tend to be really tight when you have a lot of tension. So we're going to keep our head in a right angle, 90-degree angle. And I'm basically moving my thumb in backward circles up and down this strap muscle. Now, why is this important? The muscles surrounding the voice box allow for the voice box to have flexibility and the rocking motion that it needs to do all the things that you want it to do. So it can be a secondary effect of having tension on the inside. You can't obviously get to the inside vocal cord muscles and massage them. So this is a great way to get as close as we can, and we really do want to gain that flexibility. So I'm just going these backward circles. I want to do it on the left side as well. Pia is a righty, so her tendency is going to be a little bit more tight on the right side, although you're very loose today. Probably all those stretching exercises. But you can take your hand in basically a C shape, and I'm just going up and down. You never want to touch the center here. This would be the cartilage in front of the voice box, and you'll know, your body will tell you that it's sore, it doesn't feel good. This will feel like a tight muscle. Now, you can also use a handheld massager. This is made for small laryngeal neck muscles. You can get it online very easily. This one ran me about $10. And I'm going to take the massager to those same muscle areas. And I'm just going to kind of go in circles. This doesn't really replace what the hands can do, but it gives a different kind of massage. You feel it does feel different, right?
It does, yes.
And basically I'm spending about maybe 2 minutes with my hand, 2 minutes with the massager. I'm going to go to both sides. All right, so I'm going to make it quick this time, but you get the idea. And then the other thing you can do is, if you can lift your chin up a little bit, the muscle right here, which is around the back of your tongue area, sometimes we find that this is really tight as well, especially if you're looking down at a computer all day. So you can take your thumb, or I have a couple of fingers here, and I'm just massaging this muscle right in here. So again, kind of, 5 minutes total of massage will do you a lot of good. When you're done, you can also just sort of move your fingers down like this. We want to make sure that the voice box is in a nice lowered position and you feel nice and relaxed. All right, how do you feel?
I feel great. Nice and relaxed.
Great. All right, so that is the end of our laryngeal massage and stretching episode. And stay tuned for some exercises.
Yes.